how many people have said yes to you on a walkthrough and then not signed a contract? Because I don't know about you, but that has fucking happened to me 100 times. Yeah, we're good to go. But then they talk to Bob, the fucking brother's cousin sister's dog's realtor. Okay. And Bob says, fuck you, I can get you 10% more. Okay. And maybe he can, or maybe he can't. But Bob's a motherfucker and he's gonna fuck your deal up. And the longer you wait before you get paper in front of somebody, think about this. Have you ever been in a sales situation where you're in the store, you're fucking ready to go, you wanna buy that thing, and then the little angel on your shoulder goes, you don't wanna do that. And then you fuck off from the store and you're like, thank God I didn't buy that motherfucker, right? Because that was $1,000 I did not wanna spend today. And then you don't go back and buy the thing. You never go back and buy the thing. Now, in this case, you really got to think about what you're doing, okay? Because sometimes in those situations, it's a great thing that you walked away. And sometimes it will be for our sellers too. And that's a good thing to let them do. But most of the time, what you're doing is letting them walk away from a solution that will dramatically and significantly improve their life and their living situation. Agility is one of our core values, and we talked about this in our core values talk. When you move with agility, that means having the data. That means going to the walkthrough informed. That then means being prepared to make an actual offer on paper, okay? Verbal offers. I want to cover this right now, and I'm not pointing any fingers or blaming anybody right now, but verbal offers will never get you paid, okay? It's very fucking hard to assign a verbal yes. Okay, is all I want to impress upon you guys. Very hard. Okay, it just doesn't work. And so one of the things we want to avoid doing is celebrating things that we haven't done yet. Okay, we really do want to celebrate all of our wins very hard. Like whenever we get a walkthrough, that's a fucking win. Celebrate that. When you get an offer actually presented and accepted, that's a huge win. Okay. And that means paper contracts that we can actually get paid for, because the verbal ones don't pay us. So there's no point celebrating it, because what that does is it gives you a false sense of security and a false sense of confidence going into that negotiation. Amar, how many people have said yes to you on a walkthrough and then not signed a contract? Because I don't know about you, but that has fucking happened to me 100 times. Yeah, we're good to go. But then they talk to Bob, the fucking brother's cousin sister's dog's realtor. Okay. And Bob says, fuck you, I can get you 10% more. Okay. And maybe he can, or maybe he can't. But Bob's a motherfucker and he's going to fuck your deal up. And the longer you wait before you get paper in front of somebody, think about this. Have you ever been in a sales situation where you're in the store, you're fucking ready to go, you want to buy that thing, and then the little angel on your shoulder goes, you don't want to do that. And then you fuck off from the store and you're like, thank God I didn't buy that motherfucker, right? Because that was $1,000 I did not want to spend today. And then you don't go back and buy the thing. You never go back and buy the thing. Now, in this case, you really got to think about what you're doing, okay? Because sometimes in those situations, it's a great thing that you walked away. And sometimes it will be for our sellers too. And that's a good thing to let them do. But most of the time, what you're doing is letting them walk away from a solution that will dramatically and significantly improve their life and their living situation. Okay. When you're in that house and the fucking ceiling's falling down because of the moisture and leaks from the roof and it hasn't been maintained for years. And when you're in that house and there's shit everywhere, floor to ceiling, okay, the kitchen, you can't find the kitchen or the kitchen sink, dishes everywhere, mold everywhere, kids everywhere, dogs, cats, leaking things, mold. Okay. When you let that person walk away and talk to Bob and not fucking sell their house to you, well, all you're doing is perpetuating that person's fucking problems. You're literally letting them give up because that's what they're used to doing. And they're probably defeated about their situation. Okay. The reason I'm so passionate about this part and the reason I understand this is because I fucking grew up with it. Okay. For years, our house had the mold, had the leaks, had the frozen pipes, had the fucking clutter, had everything. Okay. And years. And for years, we talked about moving. We talked about selling. We talked about this is a problem. We talked about this house is a money pit. We talked about maybe now we can, make a move or make a change. But they never fucking do. It takes them years to make that decision. And by the time they've called you, they've at least taken the hardest step, which is admitting that there's a problem and admitting that they need help. Okay. Now, if you walk away from that and you let them fall back into that fucking thing, that is on you. You guys literally might as well like own that situation. And if you feel good about letting somebody live like that, then like that's completely on you guys. And I hope that you live with that for the rest of your fucking lives. Okay. Cause it's not good. It's not good when people live in poverty and live in those situations. So we have an opportunity here to solve that for people. And we really do have an opportunity to make it happen fast. Right. And again, I can't stress upon you how much these people have probably thought about this and thought about making change. And they finally made that step to call you. So every one of those calls could be that person that you can actually help. Now, in between those calls, there's everybody else. Okay. There's the people that are fuck you, don't call me, it's COVID, or I've got your flyer 400 times, or if you're cold calling, who are you? How'd you get my name? How'd you get my number? Cool, bro. I'm not looking for you. I appreciate you responding to my marketing, and I really do thank you for reaching out. I just want to let you know that we're a professional company. We try and do things as best as we can. The reason we do our marketing like this is it has a very high effect on getting people solutions. Okay. What we do is we look for properties we can add strategic value to. That looks like kitchens, bathrooms, bedrooms, electrical, paint, landscaping, and things of that nature that we can do to help improve the neighborhood and solve the people's problems that are living in these houses that are in significant disrepair. I understand that might not be you, so I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you about what it is that I do and who I am. But if you don't think that you're willing to sell, let me just make you an offer real quick. I can actually help you out. If you do know somebody that's willing to sell, we'll offer you right now $1,000 referral fee, or up to 1,000 depending on the type, or up to 5,000 depending on the type of building. Okay. Does that sound fair enough? And that person that's angry about your flyers, angry about you cold calling, angry about whatever, they're going to be fine. They're going to say, oh, this is just a person on the other end of the phone. Okay. And so you get rid of those people and diffuse them. And then the people that stick around, you can actually help them. All right. So I hope that helps you guys understand the importance of actually making offers on paper. And I hope that you can help yourselves essentially find better solutions to get offers out faster, which generally looks like just collecting the data ahead of time. Okay. Either get the comps before you go. Well, that's really the only way to do it. Just get the comps before you go, because it's just so easy. And if one of your service providers, for example, on our team, is unavailable that day, well, you should really start thinking about how your business is laid out. Okay. If you're everything's relying on one little linchpin, you pull that pin out and the whole thing falls apart, you probably got a problem with your process. Okay. So I'd invite everybody on this call to have multiple service providers, redundancies, things that you can offer other people so that you can ensure that some of your most important things get done. Okay. What that means is making sure your flyers are able to be printed and sent. Okay. So if M&T dies today, the good news is we've got Shahir's guy, right? That we could all move over to. And I've also got a whole bunch of other referrals. But if dies today or decides this is way too much work to not get paid for, we should probably have a solution there, right? And so I really do appreciate that Shahir's got a realtor in his market, right? I know Tyler's been working with some realtors at Amar in the different markets. Why aren't we getting more of these people? There's nothing stopping us. Call them, make a strategic relationship, offer them something. Okay. This is the biggest part. People don't want to offer them something. Fucking offer them $100 a month for retainer. Okay. $300 a month as a retainer. I might not ever call you, but if I do, I'd really appreciate it if you got me these geos in a timely manner. Here's $100 a month for life. Okay. It's a cash for life lottery ticket, and all it costs you is $100. Okay. Like legit, who's going to say no to that? Right? Target a young realtor that's just getting started. He's got desk fees for like $300 a month. And he's like, fuck me. If I don't get a deal, I'm out $300 every month. Okay, cool. Let me pay for that. I'm not even going to notice it because I'm out here doing $20,000 deals, $50,000 deals, $65,000 deals. right? $300 a month is nothing. It's not even a drop in the bucket. And guess what? You could potentially, if you invoice him, write that shit off anyways. So come on, guys. It's so easy to fix this problem. And guess what? There's a fucking billion realtors. There's more realtors than there are pebbles of sand on the earth. There's trillions of them. There's fucking 100 trillion realtors, and most of them don't make any money. Okay, so they would love to take your $100 a month to send you a geo warehouse report. It's Pareto's law, right? 20% do 80% of the work. So maybe just get somebody that wants to be a geo jockey, right? I just coined that term. Get yourself a geo jockey, somebody that just wants $100 a month to fucking send you geos. So anyways, that's my piece for today, guys. I know we're going a little bit over time here, but I appreciate everybody contributing to this call. It really does help when there's some workshop items here, and I think it helps us all get into better conversations. Okay. I know just, talking about the stats and, did you guys get your offers in today and stuff? Those are boring conversations, but it's actually been a really nice and refreshing experience for me to have totally new guys on the call, like you super green guys, because that stimulates better conversations and discussions like this that we can all use. So don't be afraid to share those things in our calls, because it